So let's close our eyes. Sit comfortably. Just be in silence. Just focus on your breath. So let's take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And one more time, breathe in and breathe out. And just relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, relax your neck, relax your back. And yes, the topic is about fear. And maybe most of us are going through some forms of fear. So many situations to deal with, so many challenges to deal with. So can we acknowledge ourselves? Can we acknowledge this fear that we're going through? So what we can do to ourselves is tell ourselves, yes, I'm scared. A child is never scared to say that I'm scared. So can we become that child? And can we tell ourselves, can we acknowledge that fear of ours by saying, say to yourself, yes, I feel fearful. Yes, I'm scared. And as you say this, keep taking deep breaths and feel the fear. And say it 3 to 4 times. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I feel fearful. And take a deep breath. Yeah, I feel fearful many a times. And take a deep breath. And one more time. Yes, I do get scared. And now, see what is it that makes you scared. Think of all the situations. It could be emotions. What is it? What is it that scares you? And as you keep becoming aware of your fears, keep taking deep breaths. So take about 2 minutes to become aware of your fears. What scares you? I am scared of this. I'm scared of that. So stay with yourself and keep asking, what is it that I am scared of? Don't be in a rush. Just become aware of your fears without any self-judgment. And yes, it's okay to get scared. It's totally fine. The point is, can we acknowledge our fears? Can we accept that yes, I'm scared? And now whenever you're ready, very gently, open your eyes and write down what scares you. So write down, I'm scared of dash, dash, dash. What is it that you're scared of? So again, take about 2 minutes or 3 minutes to write down what scares you without any judgment. I'm fearful of dash, dash, dash. I'm scared of dash, dash, dash. And as you're writing, become aware of how many ever situations that are there. How often are you feeling scared? Without any judgment. Okay? Maybe the list is long or maybe it is short. We don't know. We can finish the list later on. So take about 30 seconds to finish the list. So take about 30 seconds to finish the list. Okay. So now that you've jotted down, you've listed what you're fearful of. Let's understand what is fear. What is fear? So fear is an unpleasant emotion. Fear is not right or wrong. It is just an unpleasant emotion caused by expectation or the anticipation of possible harm. Let me read it again. Fear is simply an unpleasant emotion. It's not right or wrong, which is caused by expectation or the anticipation of the possible harm. So let me give you an example of fear. So in a jungle, suppose if you're left alone, or let's say if I'm left alone in a jungle, and if I see a tiger coming close to me, am I going to get scared? Obviously, yes, right? I will get scared of the tiger. But if I'm in a jungle safari, what do I do? I'm going behind the tiger. I'm actually chasing the tiger. Where has the fear gone? It's the same tiger, right? But I want to see the tiger. I don't know how many of y'all have been to a safari. I have. The lion or the tiger is just right there near the jeep. And we're so happy. And imagine if the same tiger comes close to me when I'm alone. I'm so fearful that I run. Why these opposite things? So, which clearly means fear is not an external phenomenon, it's an internal thing. There is nothing outside that can generate fear, technically. It's just for us to understand. It's an internal phenomenon. Now, let's understand. According to me, there are two types of fear: fear of the known and fear of the unknown. What is the fear of the known? That's actually the fear of the past. Something happened in the past, which I know. So for example, I've fallen sick and I know what it is to fall sick. And the fear of falling sick, which is fear of the known. Fear of somebody hurting me. And I have experienced somebody hurting me. And I don't want to get hurt. So fear of the past. Something happened in the past which got me scared. and I don't want to get scared anymore. So it's fear of the known, it's fear of the past. Then there is the fear of the unknown, which is fear of future. And right now, maybe we're going through some symptoms or some issues to do with fear of the unknown. I don't know what it could be if I couldn't walk. We don't know, but I don't want to experience that. The fear of the unknown. So there is fear of the known, which is of the past. Then there is the fear of the unknown, which is the fear of the future. So actually fear lies in the past or in the future. Only if I'm right now, here, in the moment, there is no fear. So the most important thing, first of all, is to remember fear is not right or wrong. If I'm fearful, I'm fearful. It is just an unpleasant, it is a range of emotion. It's one of the unpleasant emotions which our body creates. We'll understand the physiology of the fear a little later on. So let's understand this. Fear of known and fear of unknown. Okay. So now you've already listed down what scares you. So take a moment to circle which is the fear of the past or which is the fear of the known and which is the fear of the unknown. So just take a moment to circle. So put a circle or put a square. So circles are fear of the known, squares are fear of the unknown. So just do that. Take a minute. So take about a minute to understand where is your fear coming from. Is it coming from past, known, or is it coming from future, which is unknown? And once you've done that, what I would like you all to do is process your fear. How are we going to do this? We're going to do it in very clear steps. So you've written on your sheets of paper, I'm scared of so-and-so. I want you all to say it loudly. I am scared of this, this, this. I am scared of this. Voice your fears. It's very important to voice our fears and do it multiple times. Let's say about 5 times. So I'm going to put the audio on and everyone's on mute. So say it loud. Say it out aloud. So go ahead.
I fear of being killed.
So say out loud what scares you. I'm fearful of. Without thinking, just without thinking. The louder you say it, the better it is. And in case you can't say loudly for whatever reasons, say it softly, but say it. Instead of thinking about your fear, say it. The purpose of saying out loud is to let go of our fears, is to acknowledge our fears, is to accept that yes, I do get scared. I'm now accepting it and I'm now letting it go. So voice your fears. And while doing that, every time you're saying I'm scared, feel it in your body. So say I'm scared of falling sick, for example. I'm scared of falling sick. Take a deep breath and feel it in your body. Fears stay in our bodies. They hide in our bodies. So become aware of that. Keep taking deep breaths. Keep saying and feel it in the body. Feel it fully in the body. Become aware of what's happening when you say, I'm scared of. Is there tightness of muscles? Is there shortness of breath? Is it a hollow feeling? Where is it that you're feeling it? In your chest, in your stomach? And this takes a little while. So be with yourself for about 5 minutes, saying, breathing, and feeling. So keep doing that. Say it, breathe, and feel in the body. Just stay with yourself as much as you are with your body. Your awareness is with your body. The more you feel your fear. So feel your fear fully. And once you've done that, say certain relevant affirmations. So affirmations could be, I see my fear. I feel my fear. I accept that I am fearful. I acknowledge my fear. I let go of my fear. So breathe in and breathe out with a sigh, with an ah sound, and let go of the fear. So breathe in, ah, breathe out this fear. One more time, breathe in, ah, and breathe out the fear. And one more time, breathe in, ah, and breathe out the fear. And now say some more affirmations. Whatever you've written, say certain affirmations which are relevant to what you've written. I'm able to deal with this situation. I have capacity. I am at peace. I'm at ease. I'm able to garner the strength that is needed. So whatever it is that you feel you need to do, say certain relevant affirmations to yourself. The most important ones could be, I'm at ease. I'm at peace. I'm taken care of. I let go. I have faith. I have trust. I have the energy. I can. I'm able to. I'm willing to. And stay with these affirmations for a little while. Let's say about a minute. Whatever it is that you want to tell yourself now. I choose to. I have the strength. I have the courage. I can deal with this. I'm willing to go through this. And now ask yourself, what is it that you can do to change the situation that you feel fearful of? Again, baby steps. It could be a very little thing, the tiniest step. What is the new choice or the new action that you're willing to take? Can you do that? Can I do that? Ask yourself, what is the new choice that I can make? Is it possible for me to do that? Can I take this tiniest action tiniest action within my capacity. Like, for example, if I am fearful of falling ill, what is it that I can do? I can do certain breathing exercises. I can have some warm water. Can I do that much? So what is it that you can do? Become aware of that and note it down. Note it down. So take about 2 minutes to write down what are the new choices and certain actions that you wish to take consistently to change the situation that you are in, if possible. So let me tell you, take action steps only when you're ready. At least, what we can do is we've noted down the action steps. But my suggestion to you is take those action steps only when you're ready. When you have the capacity, only then take action steps. Okay, so let's take a recap of what we did. Step one is to voice. What are you scared of. Step two, feel the fear fully in the body. Step three, deep breathing, a lot of deep breathing with an R sound to let go of the fear. Step four is to say the relevant affirmations, whatever that is relevant for you. Step five is the new choices. Step six are the new actions, certain actions that you need to take consistently only when you're ready. Okay? Now let's understand the physiology of fear. What is the physiology, the science behind fear? That's important, right? For the people who are left brain. So what is the physiology of fear? Fear is a neurophysiological process that prepares us to perform certain responses to cope with danger. What do I mean? Let me repeat it actually. Fear is a neurophysiological process that prepares us to perform certain responses to cope with danger. So actually, we have an inbuilt mechanism. Our bodies have an inbuilt mechanism to detect danger and feel the fear only to protect us. Isn't that beautiful? If we didn't feel fear, if I wasn't scared of the lion or the tiger, for example, would I be able to run away in the jungle? Of course not. So actually, fear is good. It actually protects us. But why is it that fear turns into, let's say, anxiety or panic? So what happens? Let me explain. So let me explain the chemistry of fear. There is an external stimulus, which means the lion, or watching news, for example. Right now we're doing certain things like that. Let's say I'm watching the news and I'm hearing a lot of deaths. The death rate has increased. What happens to me? There is an amygdala in the brain which generates certain stress chemicals, which is adrenaline and cortisol. That gets generated in my amygdala in the body, and then there is which triggers a body response, which means there is palpitations, there is increased heartbeat, and then Let's say if I'm in the jungle and I have this external stimulus, the amygdala sends a signal to the leg. Come on now, run. There's an adrenal rush. So do you understand this whole chain? There is a circuit. There is a external stimulus. Then that external stimulus sends a signal to the amygdala. There is a hormone that gets generated, which is adrenal and cortisol. Then there is a physiological response that gets generated, which tells me to run. Or if I'm watching the news, there is palpitations. There is this whole circuit that gets generated. This whole circuit that gets activated, which actually protects me, which tells me there is danger. But what happens after that? After the danger is over, I have to relax, but we don't know how to relax. We keep the circuit activated by overthinking, by thinking about the same situation again. What if I also die? What if somebody in my circle dies? What if this happens? What if that happens? That circuit remains activated over and over and over. Imagine how terrible it is, no? And that's why the physiological response also remains activated over and over again. There is no danger. The news is over. The line is no longer there, but that circuit is activated and I'm not at rest, which is the cause of anxiety and panic. So this overthinking is a problem, is creating the problem. Actually, fear is not a problem at all. It's the over fearful which is causing us this whole issue of anxiety, panic, all of that. So let me tell you a small little story. This is about these frogs. There are these frogs who are wanting to climb the mountain, and the mountain is very slippery. And there is a challenge. Come on now, climb the mountains. Climb the mountains. And the frogs accept the challenge and they start to climb the mountain. And they slip and they fall and they slip and they fall. They start to climb the mountain, but every time they climb, the mountain is slippery, they slip and fall. So there are lots of animals who have gathered around to see this whole thing. And almost all the animals are saying, "Arey, no, you won't be able to do it. It's very difficult, forget it, give it up, you will not be able to do it. It's so scary, you'll break your head. Don't climb, don't climb." Only one frog reaches the top. The others could not. Only one frog reaches the top. Why is that so? Because that frog couldn't hear. He didn't have ears. He couldn't hear. So he was not scared. He was not scared. The rest of the frogs could not reach the top. They could, technically they could, because if this frog could reach, the others also could reach, right? So fear actually does not stop death. It stops life. Fear does not stop death. We've heard this, na? Jo dar gaya, so mar gaya. It's exactly that. So please understand. There's another thing about fear which I read on internet is false evidence appearing real. It's acronym of FEAR. Fear means false evidence appearing real. So it's time now to tell yourself what you are genuinely scared of. Learn to deal with it. And also become aware is, are you in the circuit unknowingly? And then can you pull yourself out from that circuit by telling yourself there is no more lion and there is no more death. It's only in the news. There's nobody dying around me. And if you're scared, I'm not saying don't be scared. If you're scared, deal with it. Deal with it. There are so many ways to deal with fear. So many. This is just a very short session on how to deal with fear, but there are so many ways. Can I just deal with my fear? Can I just acknowledge my fear rather than being stuck in the fear? Because that's only going to harm you. Okay? So remember this, fear doesn't stop life. Sorry, it doesn't stop death, it stops life. Okay? So this was the session today. Anybody has a feedback or a question? We have about a minute